Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and it's going to be a regular Thermo Sudoku today. Now, just before that, sorry about the audio yesterday. There was a problem with my microphone which I hadn't noticed, but hopefully that's all back to normal today. And don't forget our killer app and other apps and all the content on Patreon. We are now 3 days away from releasing the January content on Patreon. Good time to join up for the year ahead if you haven't already, or indeed to subscribe to the channel, although subscriptions have been going very well lately, so we're happy about that. Now the snow has all melted away. I do have one very personal thing to say to somebody who may never hear it, but my very good friend Nick lost his mother on Christmas Day, I found out, which is the saddest news possible. Nick, I know the last few years have been difficult with your mother and her condition, but I'm so sorry for you. What a time to have such a terrible thing happen. Thank goodness you could be with her. Anyway, after that, let us get back to this puzzle. This is a Thermo Sudoku. It's come in from Colonel, who is a recent subscriber and only started watching the channel a few months ago. This is their first puzzle at all. And we're going to give it a go on the channel just to see how it is. Do try it in the link below the video. The rules are normal Sudoku rules, and along thermometers, numbers must increase from the bulb to the end. Although in this case, from the bulbs to the ends, we even have a crossing thermo there. So this effectively acts as, well, at least loads of thermos. There's one there where the numbers must increase from the bulb to the end. Another there, that's 2. There's one there, 3. One there, 4, and one there, 5. And the rule must work for all of those 5. So from any bulb to any end it connects to, the numbers must increase. So give it a go. As I say, I'm going to try now. Let's get cracking. Well, this is a useful thermo in that there's only 1 degree of freedom in an 8-cell thermo confined within a box. So one of these possible digits must be right for each cell. Actually, 1, the only place 1 can be in the box is on the bulb there, so that must be a 1. 3 is definitely in one of those cells because it can't be here because of that given 3, but we don't know which one. Now, we get quite a long, I think this is the longest thermo apart from that. In fact, it's about the same length, yeah. 8 cells long. We subtract 8 from 9, we get 1 degree of freedom, and that means that there is 1 extra possibility in each cell. Now, how does that help us? This is one of those where it's probably better to see overall patterns. Ah, yes, okay. Where can you put a 1 in column 3? 1, if it's on a thermo, can only ever be on the bulb in a regular thermo, so it's got to be there, as every other cell is on a non-bulb bit of a thermometer. That's going to put 1 in the central box in one of those 2. 1 in box 6 must now be in one of those 2, because, well, those are impossible due to the thermo. That 1 has ruled out those 2. That's all that's left. Now, 1 in box 3 is actually placeable and was as soon as we put that 1 in. Again, by this rule that 1 on a thermo must be on a bulb, that is the only cell left that's not on a, that is either a bulb or not a thermo. These can't be 1. That 1's ruling out those. No, I don't know. Okay, so any cell there could be a 1. And any of those 3. But now look, this 5 or 6, actually this is less than 5, so it's 4 or 2. Can't be a 3 or a 1 because of those. This is 1, 2 or 3. What have we got going on down here under the 5 or 6? Yeah, I do, sorry. I kept on thinking I was reaching this conclusion and not being sure. These are all the possibilities. That can be at most 6. So once this has to be as little as, well, once this has to be less than that, all of these cells must be the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in some order. In fact, the only place 5 can be is here. Now this has to not be 1, 2, 3 or 5, but has to be less than 7. So that's 6. The 5 is telling us this is 6. That we can run that out to the end of the thermometer because that forces it all. Now 9 can't be there, so it must be on the thermo. It must be there. That means, well, I think we knew anyway, one of these would be 9. One of 8 can't be on the end of a thermo here, so it must be on one of these cells, and it must accompany the 9, because it can't accompany any other digit after it on the thermo. That's quite a nice thing. Now we have 7, 8, 9 to fill in these 3 cells, and 7 there is telling us where 7 is amongst them. These are 8 and 9 as a they are both possible though. Yeah, interesting. Now, does this become part of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes, it does, a quintuple. Now, how do I know this can't be 6? You might think 6 is possible there because you could go 7, 8, 9. But then what would you put here? That has to be higher than the 7. And if you've used up 8, 9, the point is there are 4 cells in this box higher than this one. So it can't be above 5. Now that means we've got a quintuple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in column 6. And every other cell must be 6, 7, 8 or 9 therefore. I'm assuming that's very helpful, but I can't instantly see why it is. 6 must, well, 6 and 7 are both amongst those. 5, no. Right. Now this, we've got 9 and 8 used up in the box. I was actually going to say that this can therefore only be 7, 6 or 5. Gets a bit more interesting with this one. I can't put 6 as a possibility, or that would put 7 there and make this cell impossible. So 5 is the most that can be. Can it be 5? If that was 5, yeah, 6, 7, 8, that's okay. So that brings that down to 4 or 5, 3 or 4, 2 or 3, 1 or 2 here. And that gives us another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triple, which is quite exciting in row 4. And that means this is either 8 or 9 as well, forming a pair. It means these 3 have to be higher than 5. So we can fill in, oh yeah, all of those possibilities. This has to be higher than 6. So this becomes 6 accordingly. And its 3 higher numbers are there in those 3 cells. Now again, we have an 8, 9 pair, so this becomes 7, and that's not. That gives us an 8, 9 pair in the row. Yeah, all the 8, 9s are done effectively for boxes 4, 5, and 6. Now, what else is that telling us? Maybe in this box, we've got 6 and 7 done, and 8 and 9 are a pair. I don't know. I'm not sure that immediately helps anything there. And now, there are so many things opening up that I'm probably missing significant openings throughout the grid, but there we go. Right, 9. 9 obviously has to be on the end of one of these thermos in box 3. That 9 restricts it to those 2 cells. And that means that this can't be 9 because one of those is. So that's not what I was trying to do. So we put an 8 here. That gives us 9, 8, 9 in the middle. 9 must be in one of those for box 9, since we have 9s in those cells. Not that helpful actually. 8 there, 8 there, 1, these do not include 8. That's a 6, 7, 9 triple. The 8 is in one of these 2. 1, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, not seeing how to use that yet. Right, let's keep looking for interesting patterns. Ah, this can't be 1 anymore. So the 1 in the box must now be at the bulb. So that can't be 1. And these two can't be 1. Now 1 is in one of those two, and therefore this is not 1. Therefore we can place the 1 in box 7. 3, 1, 6, 9. 9 in one of those, 8 in one of those. Doesn't tell us anything about 7 or 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, interesting. Okay, I thought this would be... Ah, 6 and 7 are a pair there and there. Now that means that in row 4 they must be a pair in the middle. Now, what does that tell us? It doesn't actually tell us what those are. Ah, I've suddenly spotted this 2-3 pair that's probably been sitting there for a long time in column 3, so sorry if you got that, you're well ahead of me. It finishes off the whole of the rest of this thermo apart from the 2 or 3 cell, which means that that has to be 2 or 3, and in fact we know which it is. So that was a much quicker way, oops, to get on with it. 2 there puts 1 on the bulb. This can't be 1 or 2 now. Let's take out the corner mark as well. Now we've got 3, 4, 5 triple, so this becomes 2. 2 in this box is now ruled out of all of these cells by regular Sudoku, so it goes down here on a bulb. One of these is a 2. Ooh, it could just be on the knuckle of this thermo, but can't be sure. Now, 9, 8, 7, 6, 1, 2. This is 3, 4, or 5. If I could rule this out from being 6, we would get a 3, 4, 5 triple. Ah, yes, 7. Sorry, that's decided this as 6. So I'll put a 7 there. 7, 8, 9, 6, 3, 4, or 5 here. This becomes 4, 5, or 8. In fact, we've got a 9, 7, 6 triple here. That's not 6. That's not 7. Don't know how that works. 3, 4, or 8 there. Remember, the 9's going with the 8. Oh, no, of course. This 8-9 pair, and the fact that we know the 9 goes with the 8, means it can't be in either of these places that the 9 goes with the 8. Or they would make the next cell in column 4 impossible. So the 8 must go with the 9 up there. Ah, I should have seen that. That's a really neat bit of setting, actually. So this is now a 6, I think. That's definite. 7 there. 3. We've got 3, 4, and 5 to place here. That one can't. They have to ascend. Oh, that doesn't tell me how they work quite there. 3, 4 pair there. Right, we've got 2, 3, 4, and 7 to go in here. So this could be 2, 3, or 4. This 3, 4, or 7 to be higher. This now has to be less than 4, so it's 1 or 3. But we've got a 3, 4 pair in the row. Lovely. So 1 there, 5 there. This can't be 1 anymore, which is the smallest deduction. 1, 9, 2, 4, or 7 here. Yeah, I don't quite know how these are going to work out. 9, 8, 7, 7, 6, 8, 9, 1, 5. That's 2, 3, or 4. It's probably something up here now, going to get much easier than I was realizing. Ah, just as down there the 8 had to accompany the 9, it must do up here as well. The 8, that can't be 8 because of this 8. Therefore, the 8 is not on a final cell. It must be on one of those two with the 9. And look, we know where it is. Perfect. 8, 9, like that. Sorry, trying to get rid of that one. That's not a 9. So the 9 in box 2 is here. So these are from 2, 5, and 7 on that thermo. Down here, it's not so obvious to me. We can place the 8 in box 2. Now these are getting a bit easier. That must be 2 or 4, Could it be 5? Actually, it could. Yeah, I haven't quite ruled that one out. 6, 7, 9 though is now fixed. 1, 8. This is 2, 3, 2 or 3. Oh, that 7 has decided the 6 and 7. That's very straightforward. So this is a 4 to complete row 1. That is 2 or 5. Oh, this can't be 7 anymore, so that can't be 6, and this can't be 5. And now we get a 2, 4, 5 triple in the row. We get a 2, 4 pair in the column, which is very helpful. That can't be 7, that can't be 4. This is the only place for 2 in row 7. 8 and 5 to go at the bottom of column 7. 2, 1, 6 must be here, 9 must be here. That's part of a 3, 4 pair, both in the row and the column. In the, that is 1 or 3. That's still not quite resolved. 1, 9, 7, 6, 8. That can't be 4. Oh, okay. There's the only place for 7 in this row is at the end. Had bad cells highlighted. Okay, 7 there. 9, 7, 8, 6. So 2 and 5 to go in these 2 cells. Now, I don't resolve them, but that does resolve the other 2. This must now be the only place for a 1 in the box. This has to be a 4 because of that 2, 5 pair. That can't be a 5. This is now a 3, yes. 2, 5 wasn't really a pair because I had that 5 available. 3 there. This is the place for 3 in box 5. So these are 2 and 4. 4 and 5 are on the thermo, so we know the order. That's sorting out our 3, 4 pairs down here. All of them, lovely. And this is now fixed as a 2. That resolves the 5 and 4. What a very nice puzzle for a debut. Thank you very much to Colonel for that. And I hope you enjoyed having a go at it on the channel as always. And my best wishes to you all. New Year coming up, and we hope you resolve to do lots more puzzling and to watch us again and again in the new year, because we plan to keep recording for you. So thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.